The following live stream may include adult language and themes. How could we know for sure? Hasn't happened yet. Anyway, viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Once Upon a One Shot, Grimstone Gaming's monthly community based game where. Sorry, James just commented that he heard Conrad and felt called through the ether because he played Conrad Birdie in a musical that one time, and that was really funny, and I enjoyed it. Thank you for that, James. This is the monthly community game where anyone in our Discord community can submit ideas for a one-shot in any TTRPG system, and anyone in the Discord community can volunteer to play. So, this month we have Introduce Yourself. Take it away.
I assume you're pointing at me.
Yep.
Right on. My name is That Beard Guy. You guys can call me Tom as well. I'm easy peasy on that. I will be running Screams Amongst the Stars, which is essentially Electric Bastion Land or Into the Odd with a sci-fi horror sort of skin on top of it. So it should be a good time. Should be a fun time. It's rules light, and we're going to have a good, hopefully a good speed run through this derelict spaceship you guys are going to be exploring.
I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
Let's introduce our players real quick, and then we'll get into it. I'm Meg with Grimstone Gaming. I know we promised you Emily Sanfilippo, but you're gonna have to wait on that until the first episode of Wanderhome on Tuesday. She unfortunately cannot be with us, but instead, Michael has joined us at the last minute. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. Yes, and motherfuckers.
Passing it to.
Warning, right?
Yes, I did the content warning. That did happen.
Okay, good.
Passing it to the right on the screen. Kay, tell us who you are.
I'm Kay. I'm not really a content creator, but I'm glad that I'm here.
We're glad that you're here too. And last but not least,
I'm Ader. I'm playing Jet Nova, the rock star. Or
Woo!
rock star. And as for your adult warning, we already got that out, so I don't say for fun. Oh wait, I just did.
All right. Very nice. All right. So, you're about 10 to 15 minutes out from this ship. You are in the outer reaches of the solar system, of our solar system, within the Oort cloud, which is this massive cloud of meteors and very small planet-type debris that are floating in large orbit around the sun. This is the spot where Pluto and several other non-planet entities would be sort of popping around. There has been a sighting of a derelict ship within the Oort cloud, one that belongs to a particularly mysterious race of aliens, which is colloquially known as the Watchers. They have been seen ever since humanity took to the stars, but no one has ever been able to make contact with them. They only seem to sort of sit at a distance and watch our progress as we move throughout the cosmos. Now, this is a find in and of itself because no one's ever made contact. No one's ever seen a ship that hasn't been under power. This is the first time. And the Advank Corporation has tasked the crew of the Jewel to get there first, to grab whatever technology they possibly can for study and obviously for corporate gain. Get in, get out. The bigger, the better. The more, the better. Bigger the payday. So as the Jewel, a ship, we'll say for ease of reference, is very similar to that of the Firefly class within the Firefly and Serenity sort of world, is slowly making its way towards the area, the coordinates that you have been given by the corporation. Currently, you are under autopilot with your trusty virtual intelligence Conrad at the helm, directing the ship as the crew gets together to make their final plans before heading on to the ship. It is estimated you have roughly between an hour and a half to 2 hours on this ship by yourself before others will be making contact. So you have very little time to make the best of your situation. We will pull into the ship, we'll say, in the mess hall as our 4 crew members converge to make final preparations, and I will let the players take it away.
What time of day do we perceive it to be? Space is weird, but
Space is indeed weird. Conrad is able to give you that if you were on Earth currently, it would be sometime around mid-afternoon, about 3:45 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right, but where on Earth, Conrad? Are we talking like Asia time, London time, New York?
Because 4:30 in Costa Rica is pretty nice, but 4:30
Yeah.
in like Poland, it might be, you know.
No, it'd be dark already. Yeah.
I'm just.
Or am I thinking north?
Who knows?
I don't understand the question, Jet. What particular time zone are you from?
How long until dinner?
Dinner will be served after you return from the ship, Jet.
Okay, so like an hour or two. Gotcha. Okay, so 4 p.m. We're good. Who needs help getting their suit on? I need someone to check my oxygen tank just in case there's no air over there.
Let me jump in.
Hi. Who are all of you?
oh boy,
Who are we?
Yeah.
that is not
In
funny.
fact, actually, while we're on the subject, who am I?
Seems
Uh,
hypersleep has taken another person's short-term memory.
Oh,
Is
who
this
is that?
that is Conrad? He will tell you anything you need to know about the ship, the mission, how to get around.
And you are?
I'm Camille. Camille Galliard.
Camille. Okay. And the two of you?
Jet Nova, you may have heard of me.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Here's a picture. It's got I've already autographed it. It's
Oh wow.
keep it
Thanks.
very valuable in a few years once I hit the charts again.
Camille is rolling her eyes so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you lost yours. I
He
already
do-
taped
he
up another
does-
one
he
in your
does
locker
that.
for you.
Thanks, bud.
Yep.
I'm Fernando da Silva. If we get to be friends, you can call me Nando. However, you don't know who I am yet, so.
Right.
I am just brimming with stranger danger. I'm just playing it all off with this like colloquial, jovial sort of demeanor. And who am I?
Oh, let's check your name tag.
Your name is Arrow. You are the owner and proprietor of this ship.
Oh,
Why'd you have to
Bells,
tell him
horses.
that?
that's
It is the truth, Jet. Why would I not tell him the truth?
When I was gonna try to boss us around and he doesn't know nothing.
feeling
Maybe.
super confident at the moment. But once
I
my
am super
confidence comes back, I probably will do that. But for the time being, I will follow your lead.
Quick
What are we
question:
doing?
Rock
as
on.
as the owner of this vessel, do you remember how much we were all getting paid for this job?
Conrad, do I remember how much we were getting paid for this job?
Smart.
100,000 credits each, Arrow.
100,000 credits each.
Just checking.
I turn to Jet and I go, I only have 60 credits in my bank account right now. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, that's why we're working.
Okay, so
Nobody works when they've got money.
What's the job? Are we going shopping? Are we
Sort of.
Alien
Kinda.
technology.
in a race? Are we what
Yeah.
are we doing?
It's like you seen those game shows where they all go into the supermarket and they grab as much as they can in the shopping cart.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what we're
yeah.
doing, but with alien tech on a
Oh,
watching spaceship.
that sounds dangerous.
You're gonna
No,
love
it's
it. It'll
probably
be fun.
abandoned.
A person
Yeah.
that would engage in such a dangerous activity.
You would.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, let's do it.
You're paying us.
I don't know if he is paying us or if he just is the one who has the ship.
Which way to the? Conrad, where do we go here?
In the docking bay.
All right, that sounds.
Down the stairs to the left, 3 hatches down.
Down the stairs to the left, 3 hatches down. Team, let's
After you.
All right.
slop it and chop it. Let's go. Is that a phrase? Is that a thing?
You can
It
make
is
it a
a
thing.
It's a phrase, but it sounds cool.
I'll put it in my next song and we'll blow up big.
Sweet.
None of that is true.
Right.
I will too.
So let's get suited up. Montage.
Yes,
Yeah.
a wonderful montage of
Hmm.
everyone getting into their suits. I'm assuming most everyone has vac suits.
Yes. That is the
Right
suit
on.
that I chose.
Yeah, I've
Very
got the armored version, but yeah,
Sounded
reinforced.
sweet.
Yes, so have I.
Got a regular vac suit.
I think mine probably has fancy captain colors. Which in
Most
this
likely.
is they're probably pink.
Oh,
That's the
It
kind of
is your
captain I
favorite
am.
color.
It is my favorite color.
that lends credence to perhaps then he is the one who chose us, since 2 of the crew have pink hair.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but Jet is rocking a pink mohawk.
Yeah.
Spikes.
Harold,
Probably
give us-
ruined by his helmet, but you know.
You know what?
Immediately ruined by the helmet.
I'm gonna say just for shits and giggles, you have a specially made helmet because you took some of that royalty money, a little bit that you had left, and made a mohawk
Okay.
helmet.
I'm just imagining it's like a regular
Yeah.
helmet, but it's got like clear cones of glass for
Bubble.
his mohawk
Yes.
spikes.
That-
100%.
Is so brilliantly obnoxious.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would have been his last bit. He's like, if I'm gonna go out and work, I'm gonna make sure that the hawk's gotta stay right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a status symbol.
Also-
I
Can't,
totally
can't
get
ruin the hot.
What are the chances that we can retcon Nando into having pink hair as well, and maybe the ship is the pink jewel?
I'm down.
He already has like a pierced tongue and a bunch of tattoos. He's down
Right?
to dye his hair.
Hey, weird stuff.
I
happens
love
in
this.
There are clouds and gases. You know, some of them could definitely turn your hair pink. I'm just saying. I'm no scientist.
Very nice.
Wait, I'm not, right? Conrad, am I a scientist?
No, you're a spacer.
Oh, sweet. Who's
The
flying this
scientist
ship? Oh,
says,
wait, what?
"Stay safely at
I-
home. We are just the dog that goes fetch."
Gotcha.
Arrow, I am flying the ship.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, take us in.
Alright.
Very well. Within your helmets and your heads-up display, you see exterior cameras as you approach the ship. The derelict circular ship floats eerily among the vast asteroid field, its silhouette a stark reminder of forgotten ambition. Its once glorious hull, designed in concentric layers like the rings of a tree, they now lay battered and pockmarked, the metal surface tarnished by the relentless passage of time and countless impacts. Massive fractures spiderweb across the outer shell, exposing jagged corridors and dim, cavernous holes to the cold vacuum of space. There are flickers of a dying energy core, occasionally pulsing faintly from within, casting a ghostly blue hue out into the jagged asteroids tumbling nearby. Twisted antennae and shattered docking ports jut out at odd angles, their form softened by an eerie patina of space dust and micrometeorite scars. Small debris, remnants of potentially its former glory, floating lazily in the surrounding void, weaving chaotically through the field like mourners circling a grave. Now, despite its decay, there is a strange dignity that remains, the structure holding together against the odds, defying the chaos around it. At the heart of the ship, a massive observation dome protrudes like a cyclopean eye, its surface remarkably intact. Thick, reinforced glass bear only little minor cracks, with the faint golden glow of an interior light spilling out. The dome provides an unimpeded view of the asteroid field's violent ballet, cascade of tumbling rocks, glowing fragments, and distant starlight. Now, as the ship approaches the derelict vessel, its docking port comes into view, a grim reminder of the dangers that you are now currently facing. The port's outer ring is scarred and pitted, and with lights blinking erratically, you see a long, slightly wavy, sort of almost umbilical-like structure coming out from one side, and there is a silhouette of a jagged and misshapen craft that is currently docked to it, though it looks as if it's been there for quite a while. Eventually, the ship moves in close enough to lock in to the viewport, the docking port, I should say, and you hear the familiar sound of the airlock hissing and pressurizing as the door opens into a cavernous area that looks to be the interior of the docking port. There are faint glowing nodules on the edge. The port itself looks vaguely has almost sort of like a biology to it. It does not look as if it has been constructed in a rigid, an organic feel to it.
A secreted kind of thing. Alien vibes.
Very much so. It's curved, organic in architecture. Walls formed from a smooth metallic material that shimmers faintly in the flickering light. The surface looks alive, almost as if it was painted patterns across a liquid caught in slow motion. It's unclear exactly what this is, but it is rather off-putting as the door opens and you can see the slow on and off of the lights on the interior.
Guys.
For anybody else, but this whole vibe is very off-putting.
I just got the idea for like 5 different songs. Just watching this.
Are they all off-putting? Well, ladies first.
Okay.
Do you not think Captain should go first? Just a thought.
As the captain, I order ladies first.
That feels sexist.
Well,
Cher.
it feels spooky.
As the most amazing one of us here, who currently has all their faculties.
That helmet is next level.
If Conrad says there's no radiation because I saw that blue light, I'll go first.
There is no radiation, Jet. You are free
All
to
right.
move forward.
Time's a wasting. Let's go. Jet is going to eagerly step off into the unknown.
And you said we could hear and talk to Conrad through our helmets.
Indeed.
Conrad.
Nando immediately follows after.
Camille as well.
Arrow will reluctantly follow. Conrad, are you able to scan for life signs? That's a thing you should do.
Yes, I can, and will do that for you. I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you,
It is a
Conrad.
rather large vessel.
Okay.
Okay. So we're looking for technology.
Anything we can grab, I think. Jess is gonna kind of like stop and just like crane his neck and like look around the entire hangar or wherever we are to just see if there's like
You're
data
currently,
pads laying around, a flashlight,
you're currently in
a weird tool.
a long sort of like tube. You're probably
Tube.
maybe about 50 feet away from a bay door at the end of it that goes into the ship proper.
Okay, let's go
Alright.
over there.
Yeah.
Do
Is
we
the
see-
ship lit at all, or is it dark?
It is dimly lit. Essentially, what you see along the edge of the walls are these randomly sort of it feels randomly placed nodes that are blinking in a sort of like dull blue and dull green.
Oh.
light.
Are those man-made, or is that a part of the organic mess?
Seems man-made. It's
Okay.
protruding
Can-
from
like
the
emergency
wall.
lighting, kind of?
Can we try to pry one off?
I was like, I have a flashlight. I don't want to turn it on yet, but I
Right.
will like hold
Well,
it in my hand in case we need it.
Yeah.
I just want the light because it's technology that's different from ours. Maybe
Right.
like it could be an ever-burning bulb.
Mhm.
I've had it.
You're correct.
Yeah.
I would
Out
like
of
to
curi-
look. Is there
go ahead.
any kind of office looking or administrative, like a control thing in this general area? Like if it was a hangar, the person who would like be receiving the comms for incoming ships.
From this side of the door, that's the end of this sort of umbilical cord. There is really nothing. It looks like it's just a
Okay.
straight up hallway heading in, but
Yeah.
likely there is something along those lines on,
On
the
the
opposite
other
side. Of that
side.
door.
Okay.
Can I take a
so
look at the door situation and see if it's something we can get open?
Sure. Jet, you said you were going to try and pull one of the lights off of the wall.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
No, it's all good. What? Just out of curiosity, what is your strength stat?
10.
10.
Nice.
All right. I will have you roll me a strength save. So a
It's
D20, D20, and you roll below a 10.
Oh, boy.
That is a 16.
16.
Damn.
Try as you might, you get it partially off, but there is like an almost sort of like sinewy sort of attachment between the node and the wall as you pull off, and as you let go, because it's not really giving anymore, it sort of sucks back into the wall and sort of there's a little bit of a reverb, like a ripple effect as it sort of recalibrates and sort of sits still again.
Oh, that is all sorts of creepifying.
I have a question about our helmets. Are there like cameras?
Mm-hmm.
Conrad, make sure that you're recording all of this. You know, maybe if we can't get it out of here, we could at least, take some sort of record.
As is protocol with all of our missions. All
Oh
of your
yeah,
cameras
hey,
are
that's
recording,
protocol. That's
as
protocol,
well
guys.
as audio.
Yeah, I was going to ask how much of an eye the company has on us.
As much or as little as a number.
As much as
So-
they need, I guess.
There you go. That's a
Yeah,
let's
as
put
much
it
as they
that way.
want.
So
Alright,
Camille,
well-
you make your way towards the door, and you head over. There are several nodes, sort of on the side. It is a circular door that is seamless. You don't really see hinges or a handle in any
Mhm.
way, shape, or form. Is there anything that you do to try and open it, or?
Yes, seem like there's any sort of like mechanical panel or interface of some kind that might give the door the command to open.
You don't see any sort of panel or interface that is familiar to you. However, if you're sort of like moving your hand around, waving your hand, you wave your hand in front of one of the nodes, and like liquid, the door pulls back and opens
Oh.
up into the room. And this opens into a larger chamber beyond the umbilical cord. The docking control room, larger, hexagonal in shape from what you can see. Walls are arched upward into a high dome ceiling. The ceiling itself is studded with faintly glowing orbs arranged in what you recognize as constellations. There's a soft light coming from them. In the center of the room, there is a console. And from what you can tell, you don't see a lot of like full-on screens, but there does seem to be power running to this console.
Okay.
Can we tell where the power's being routed from, or is it just like all underground, basically?
You're the tech person, correct, Nando?
Yes.
Right on. So I would say, as you search around, you do see what look like almost sort of. It's almost sort of like a vascular system within the walls and the floors that you see faintly glowing that are running both towards the console in the center and sort of up into the glowing orbs in the ceiling.
Do I see the room kind of thing that I was looking for earlier?
Oh yeah, 150%. As soon as Camille opens the door, you're like, ha ha, motherfucker, there it is.
Ah, motherfucker! I'm gonna go right there. Start looking around.
Right on. The design is minimalistic, but is actually strangely intuitive. There is a smooth flowing surface that hosts an array of unmarked controls. There are raised ridges, shallow depressions, and some softly glowing lines that respond to your touch. It seems fairly instinctive as you go through. As you get closer, there is a slight hum that is emanating from the console. And every now and again, there is sort of like a pop-up of a holographic projection of what looks like some type of language, perhaps. It's not a language that you or anyone else recognizes.
I don't know how I would know this other than my will score is really high. But is there some way to maybe pull up like a map of this station? This is a derelict, right?
This is a derelict ship, correct?
Yeah. So I want to see if you say if there's any kind of intuitive nature to it to try to figure out a way of pulling up a map.
I would say yes. You are able to head to the controls, and with a couple of twists and slides, you're able to pull up a holographic map that flickers, but is still visual enough for you, of the station. It is rather large, but there is a visible path that brings you sort of in towards the center. It goes through the majority of the layers.
Conrad, are you able to make a copy of this hologram?
If you would be so kind as to hardwire yourself in for a moment, I could most certainly do that for you.
So I'm gonna say that the amnesia. This is how I'm gonna avoid the metagaming. That the amnesia is wearing away because I heard you say that that Fernando is the tech person. Hey, Fernando, can you come help me out for just a second? I remember.
Yeah,
something.
sure. What's up?
Let's get hardwired into this console. See if we can get a map readout of the station so that we don't get lost.
Okay. Yeah, I just go and I pull his little link out of, I'm guessing, like his vac suit arm, and just like connect it into the console.
Hey, Conrad, while you're plugged in, does that thingamajigger show where that other ship is docked?
It is.
Wasn't there another ship?
I don't understand the question. It was docked in the same port as our ship.
It was.
Correct.
Okay, okay. Guys, hear me out. We're here to get technology. What if we get ourselves a whole new ship on the way out?
I mean, I'm not adverse to that idea.
I mean, that's gotta be worth a few million each, right?
I mean, depending on where you try to sell it, yeah. I'm curious about the owners of that ship, though. Conrad, any come back on that scan for life signs?
There is no signs of life within the general proximity of where you are. However, if there are any further in towards the center of the ship, I will give you the update.
Copy that.
We are
Okay.
at
They're not nearby.
1 hour and 34 minutes until the next ship is set to arrive.
Oh boy. Let's get a
Looking
move
at
on.
looking at the readout, is there any way that we can all of us look at it and try to determine where there might be like a storage depot or a warehouse or like a weapons kind of, like sometimes the way you design a facility, like, okay, and this is where obviously that's the storage. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if that's
Well,
what
looking at it,
I think now is when I'll point out that like the vascular system of the ship, like there is some main point powering all of this, and it looks like it might all lead to like one point.
Okay, you think that's our best bet for the score?
as you're
I
look-
mean, that's
ahead.
all I've got right now.
I hired you three, so I'm gonna lean into the fact that I trusted that you know what you're talking about, know what you're doing. So we're gonna go. All right,
All right.
everybody cool with that plan?
Yeah.
Absolutely, that is a great idea.
Let's follow the power then.
Nobody tell him we were all he could afford.
What was that? You sounded muffled.
Oh,
I
nothing,
was just
Captain.
saying,
No.
yeah.
Best in the biz.
Fine,
Best
yeah.
that money can buy.
I mean, you
Spare
could
no-
hardly afford us. Yeah.
I'm so humbled by your presence here.
Honestly, we gave you a good deal because we like you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's very kind. That's very kind. The feeling's mutual for now. I mean, that's subject to change.
Obviously, we make good first impressions. All right.
I mean, that helmet speaks volumes. Without
You're
saying
a
a
man
word.
with good taste.
All right.
Moving on.
The map shows up as the little heads-up display in your helmet, and with the
Perfect.
standard markers, very much like you're playing a video game in the real world.
We're all going to be so ready when that technology exists.
Moving through a long curved hallway, you eventually find yourself in what looks like a maintenance bay. It's a rectangular room. Walls are lined with tools of some kind suspended in organic-looking holders, resembling skeletal figures grasping each of them. The tools themselves gleam with a strange luminescence. Their forms are abstract but oddly functional. And the floor has faint grooves that hinted at modular panels, though a lot of them are warped and have been overtaken by creeping strands of a dark, sinewy substance. The substance pulses faintly, oozing up from the seams between the panels to coil around the bases of the equipment.
Very weird, right? That's weird, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of stuff, but I feel like I would remember that, and I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
not normal.
creeping black ooze is probably not a good thing, but
Conrad, can you get any kind of analysis data on this creepy black stuff that's coming up on the equipment?
Affirmative. Scanning imminent.
Do we see any signs of like life anywhere though? Like,
Currently, no.
no, nothing. Okay. Does the place look like it's been like abandoned, or is it disheveled, or is it still very organized?
It still looks as though it's organized from here. It seems as though it's been, it's almost like walking into a dining room with the plates all laid out and everyone just sort of is not there anymore.
Extra
Sad.
creepy.
I feel like I
If
would
I'm,
be
like-
more comfortable if it was wrecked, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totally.
definitely. How many of these like tool things are there in like the weird?
There's at least a dozen that
Orbs?
are hanging from these sort of organic holders on the ceiling.
Okay.
I want to
Oh.
see if I can grab one.
Yeah, can we reach them?
Oh, by all means.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to grab one.
They are released from these holders without any issue. As I said, they are very odd, but somewhat intuitive. Look to be mechanical equipment, perhaps to service or maintain parts of the ship.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna stick it in my backpack. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick one in my backpack.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
just grab
Sure.
whatever we can.
The other thing I was gonna ask is, do we see any like loading equipment, do we see any alien dollies lying around anywhere, or a jack,
Not currently.
a wave, a lift, some? No, not currently. Okay.
Not currently, no.
I do have my forklift license.
You are
Alien
forklift
forklift.
certified.
Hey, you remembered something.
Yeah, I
There
did.
we go.
Ah!
Yeah.
I don't know how helpful it'll be, but I do have a measuring tape in my backpack, guys.
There you go.
Sweet. That's what they make slap bracelets out of.
Probably more useful than the makeup in mine, but we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, we can
Oh,
just take
yeah.
measurements of stuff we can't move because Conrad's recording everything.
Yeah,
Technically,
that's
we come up
true.
with some info.
There we go.
That's great. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Measure
Well, while
twice.
Conrad's scanning, let's get the rest of these tools.
Yeah, and
Or thingamajiggers.
Absolutely.
how many exits from this room are there?
There are 2 doors on the opposite end of where you came in.
And I'm guessing that the lighting situation is basically the same.
Yes,
Do we
you are
see-
correct.
Yeah, I wanted to look around to see if there was any discernible method of maybe making it brighter, or not.
You scan the room, and there are some nodes very similar to the control panels that you found in the docking bay control center. If you go over to them and manipulate them at the same way, sort of intuitively to pop it open, the lights, the orbs that are sitting on the ceiling brighten a bit more, and you have a bit more look
That is
around.
interesting. Okay, all right.
Arrow, what you doing over there?
I just checking this place out. I'm very fascinated in the lighting.
Drippy in it.
Okay.
The like wave gesture
Yeah.
technology is very cool. What are y'all doing?
Okay.
We good?
Yeah,
We're
just,
good.
just watching you, waiting for Conrad to get back to us.
Oh yeah, Conrad. How's it going, bud?
Scan is complete. The
Excellent.
sinewy black substance coming up from the floor seems to be of biomechanical nature.
Oh boy.
That is-
Saying it's organic?
Partially.
Partial biomechanical.
Like
So-
nanobots?
That's what I was thinking.
Now that you've scanned it, can you get a readout on it on the life sign sensors?
There's a small little green that pops up with sort of like almost looks like a heat signature type of idea. Same basis. If you look down at the substance, there is a slight glow from it, but it is very, very faint. And sort of barely differentiated from the floor and itself.
Conrad, are you able to make a determination as to the point of origin for this biomechanical sludge?
If my calculations are correct, Arrow, it's coming from further in the ship.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I wonder if we could get some of this stuff because this seems, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like we should take a lap around the outside of the ship, leave the middle alone, and get the fuck out of here.
I'm with Camille. We only got, clocks
Smart
are ticking.
lady.
All right.
1 hour and 24 minutes remaining.
Let's go.
Are there any like sealable containers in this maintenance area? Are there any alien mason jars?
I'm going to give you the carte blanche of very much by all means. If you want to do something, say that you do it. I will yes and it. So if you want to
perfect.
find
I
it,
want to
then
find an alien mason jar and scoop up some of this black stuff to seal in there.
Then you can do that. Just
Hey.
paint me a word picture.
All right, so yeah, Mason that's not me.
Harrow.
Find this jar and kneel down and use the lid to kind of scoop up some. Careful not to touch it, because who knows, right? Cross contamination. Am I right? And
That could be why they abandoned this place.
Right.
It's very possible. I mean, if they were using some kind of like liquid nanobot technology and it got out.
I'm concerned about the fortitude of that container.
It feels pretty. I'm gonna like knock it on something. It feels pretty good.
Maybe just don't
Yeah.
take your eyes off of it too long. Like, don't stick it in your backpack. Maybe just
Or
watch it, or maybe leave it here because we have to come back through here
Yeah,
and
we'll come
pick it up on the way out.
and we'll put it in a Ziploc on the way out.
All right, Conrad, ping this location.
Drop a pin.
Like you drop a pin.
This location has been marked on your map.
Perfect.
Thank you, Conrad.
Excellent, thank you.
We're gonna do the plan where we make a sweep on the outer ring.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna push forward.
I mean, yeah, we have to come back to this room to get back to our ship.
That's true,
So
we do.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Michael,
fact.
evens
go
or
find
odds?
Odds, because I'm a weird cat.
All right. You
You're not
continue
the cat.
Which
Silly.
which door do you go towards? The right or the left?
Rock, paper, scissors for. I will be the left. Oh, piss.
You win. Left. Always go left.
Always left, because I'm not
Left.
right.
All right. The door slides open,
Ooh,
and
I like that.
opens into a small curved hallway that eventually brings you into the next area, which seems to be some type of stasis area. As you walk into the next room, tall pod-like structures line the walls in a circular configuration, each encased in a semi-opaque material that shimmers very much like frozen mist. There's a faint rhythmic hiss that emits from a few of the pods that have seemed to remain active in some way, though most are shattered and overtaken by the sinewy substance that you encountered in the previous room. There are vein-like tendrils connecting the pods to the walls and ceiling, pulsating with a faintly sickly green light.
Ooh,
Oh wow! Check this out, guys.
neat. There's probably things in these pods, right? There's usually things in pods in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conrad, can we get a scan on these pods?
Scanning now.
like, how many pods are there in the room?
There are at least a dozen in front of you,
Mhm.
but there only
Okay.
seem to be about 3 that have
That are still intact.
that are still intact.
Can I
Are there
go
any-
up to one of them and see if I can open it?
One of the ones that's still intact.
Hell
Sure.
bells.
So
Run
much
out of
grief.
time.
Go
Yep,
big or go
you-
home.
You try
Indeed.
the same. You tried the same sort of procedure that you did for trying to open the door, and you hear a hissing sound as the pod front sort of like pops open, and there is a hiss of compressed air. Let's see what this is.
Yeah.
Even in
Jet is
the-
going to get his anti-pirate machine gun ready.
Yeah, I'll
His
probably
machine
have
gun.
my gun, my little space gun.
Arrow is blissfully
All I have
unaware
is darts, but I'm ready to throw them.
On the interior,
looking around the
you
room.
see. What was that? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Arrow's just blissfully unaware, looking around the rest of the room.
Oh, right on. As you open as it opens and the sort of mist sort of slowly drips out. On the interior, there is a very alien-looking being. Does not seem to be alive in any sense, and in fact, there is tendrils of this sinewy substance that you've seen on the outside, on the interior as well. From what I can best describe, what you see is a almost squid-like body with tendrils, a large stalk with a singular eye up at the top, and that's really all it is almost squid-like with a muddy rust-colored tone to its skin.
I would like to see if there's something nearby with which to poke it. If not, I'll poke with my gun, but I'd rather poke with something else first.
Yeah, sure. Tell me
And
what you find nearby.
I think there's probably like some kind of rod or like support rod or something that has fallen from somewhere as the ship has gone to disrepair that I could either break off or pick up off the ground to try to put a little distance and just give it a poke, just to make sure it's not alive.
Jet is still covering this with his gun at the ready.
Excellent.
You give it a poke, and as you poke it, there is no response from the being. However, there is a kinetic reaction from the sinew that sort of reaches out and tries to latch to the pole that you have in your hand.
Uh-huh.
With the black goose in you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that seems fun. I'm gonna put that down.
Let's Jet's
Maybe
gonna
that's
reach
why
out
this
to
ship-
the button he saw Camille push to open it and try to like close it again. Let's just turn this back on.
Yeah, sure. You are able to do that.
Maybe this is why the ship is like desolate. Like this ooze kind of just took over, but it's not. Conrad's obviously not reading anything alive, but maybe it's just because he doesn't know how to read it.
Maybe.
What does the jar
just-
look like? Is the ooze that's in the jar still just
I
kind
left
of...
it in another room.
I would say we left it in the other room.
Oh, right.
Right.
Right. That,
See when we get back. Maybe we'll have
Okay.
to fight a jar, the alien monster.
Hey, at least we have video of the first watcher. Right? Maybe, potentially.
There's Watcher
Very
in there?
likely the case, Jet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, you mean you didn't see any of that?
Oh no, I was over there looking in the corner. Did I find anything in the corner?
You tell me if you found anything in the corner.
I'm looking for more technology. Yeah, I want to find whatever the Watcher equivalent of a light bright would be. I am easily entertained and mesmerized. Pretty flashing lights. So.
Yeah, it's almost like a spot on the wall that has several nodules that like light up, and you can actually pull them out and pop them in different spots.
Oh, that's
You create like a unicorn picture
Aw.
while all of this is happening.
terribly.
Not
That's
the alien
cute.
light, right?
All right.
What did y'all find?
Found an alien that's probably dead from the goo.
Were
In
there any more
Yeah, the
of
goo is
those
alive.
jars that you found? I don't know if you wanted to perhaps scoop this up. It could be valuable.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
no, we'll
Okay.
save that for the follow-up
We got
team.
some.
All
But
right.
looking at these broken pods, um, is I'm have they been broken out or into?
Is there anything in them still, other than like
Is
remnants of
there a
the black
dead
genius?
body on the floor?
There's no dead bodies on the floor. It seems that whatever is on the interior of this, in the interior of the different broken pods, something has broken into them, as opposed to broken out.
Okay, and is there any of that black sludge on them?
Oh yeah.
Don't touch that stuff.
No, I'm staying away from that.
Yeah.
Wanted to try to pull parts, but I don't think so.
Yeah, that was
So-
I was thinking as well. Let's maybe avoid anything with the ooze on it.
Yeah.
Conrad, are you able to pin
Yeah.
on the map some kind of security office or station? Security. I don't know what aliens would call that. Security.
From what I understand of the map that you procured, there is an armory of some kind as well as a communication hub further into the ship.
All right.
Oh, let's head to the
Hawking-
armory.
Hawking Technology 101, weapons and communication technology are top
Yep.
dollar.
Military, yep. Top
Yep.
dollar.
Yep.
Okay, let's
Yeah, I vote we head to the armory in case we run out of time.
here we go.
Yeah, I think armory.
Yeah.
That's just more
Like-
exciting.
It was like, yeah, whatever door gets us closest to the armory, I guess.
You head
Yeah,
in the path that is marked on your map and your heads-up display, following the flashing yellow line along the corridors that Conrad has laid out for you. As you continue on, he lets you know that you are at 1 hour and 12 minutes remaining before the next contact. Leads you down a small hallway and into a large spherical room dominated by a central floating orb of shifting lights and glyphs. The orb spins slowly, projecting distorted star maps onto the walls. There are tendrils of the material that have begun encroaching in here as well, wrapping around the orb's base like invasive roots, and they glow occasionally with the dimming projections. There's a heaviness in the air to the room, and Conrad states that this is the navigation system, the navigation area.
Ah,
Images and star maps.
Um,
Copies of.
does it?
since it's a navigation area, I was wondering if we can, like, see either, like, where the ship was heading or what mission they were on by any chance.
Yeah, I was also wondering if there's like if they have a database of star maps.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask if it looks like the orb is removable from the base without bringing any more sludge, and just take it and find out later.
Oh, the orb is probably about twice the size of any of you. It's
Yeah,
a big boy.
Oh.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's heavy if it's alien technology, though.
This is true.
Also doesn't mean we couldn't find a way to, like, I don't know, shrink
roll
it.
I just imagine just rolling it
Yep,
down the corridors.
Indiana Jones style.
Nando, if you head over to the consoles by the orb and take hold of the controls, Conrad assists you in being able to decipher the star maps, and they are some pretty crazy looking star maps, definitely outside of the solar system, potentially on the opposite end of the galaxy.
That
As you
data will definitely fetch
make
a
your way
pretty
through,
credit. Ooh, I liked that sound too.
it's loaded up into your storage device for all of your tech
Thank you,
needs.
Conrad.
Of course.
We love you, Conrad. Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah, very useful guy.
Bye, Birdie.
I try very hard.
Looking at these, the consoles and whatever the base that this orb is sitting on, are there any like maintenance hashes or anything that can be opened up and pried open?
From what you can see, no, but a large chunk of the base is covered in this sinewy,
More goo?
viscous, goo, biomechanical looking stuff. And
Okay.
for that matter, Nando, evens or odds?
Evens.
All right, as Nando is walking back towards the rest of the group from the console, I'm gonna say that it is Jet that notices that there is a black smudge along the back leg of their suit.
Fernando, you stepped
Yeah?
in something there.
What do you... Oh, fuck. Conrad, is there a way that I can safely get this off my suit, or do you think I will be okay?
I do not know if I have a definite answer for you, Fernando. Unfortunately, this is untested material. I do not know the parameters in which it moves and replicates.
Everybody check the bottom of your shoes.
Yeah, I would like to produce some kind of like like if there's a something with a sharp edge or even like a piece of paper or cardboard. I'm gonna grab the like flattest disposable thing and just kind of scrape it off the best I can and throw it away from us and then check
Alright.
myself.
Fair enough. I'll have
wanna
each
look-
one of you roll me evens or odds.
I want to look for like an alien fire extinguisher. Kind of.
I'm gonna go with evens.
Evens for Camille.
Oh.
Okay.
I rolled first aid evens or odds, so I'll say odds now and then roll.
I gotcha. And for Arrow. Odds? Stick with odds?
Stick with odds.
Seems that none of you were careful enough in the last several rooms.
Oh
You find
no!
small splotches of this viscous, sinewy goo that is on your vac suit in some way, shape, or form,
Right.
either along the bottom edge of your boots or, in Arrow's case, along the tips of the fingers of his gloves.
Oh. Is there sanitization on the way into our ship? Is there some kind of like scrub bath?
Yes, standard procedure of
Okay.
you go anywhere alien, there is a decontamination center.
Just
Although
wanted
you
to
would-
make sure. So I'll just try
you
to
would-
scrape it off my shoes for best I can for now and hope that we can get
We'll have
there.
to reach the boots once we get back to the ship.
Yeah.
Indeed. And also, you know that if this is something that's been undocumented, you don't know how effective what you have in place
Yeah,
will
we'll
be
just-
against
True.
this, but
The dudes
it's better than nothing.
Nothing we can do about it now, so
Yeah.
How much closer is the armory?
The armory, as you look at the map, it is, I believe, two more coordinates, two more rooms down, further into the ship.
Okay.
You are heading towards the center to get towards the armory.
All right, let's double
Well,
time.
Let's
Double
keep it
time?
moving.
Double time.
Yep, let's go.
Great.
Indeed.
speed walk.
When both feet stay on the ground the whole time. That's the speed walking rule. What's the difference between speed walking and jogging?
You're gonna do this to me, son of a bee.
I think speed walking is an Olympic sport.
All right, you make your way into what I believe is the mess hall.
Yum.
Is it a mess?
It is if I eat in there.
Accurate.
I'm the worst.
Maybe we'll invest in a Grimstone
The
bid.
worst.
Don't patronize me.
Hey, at least you'll be able to be on brand.
That's the most important part.
Yeah. I mean, you be you. You be a messy eater. It's all right.
That's true.
You be you.
You're right.
All right. We're gonna do this.
Is that from Tabletop Audio? The stuff you're using?
It 100% is.
I love Tabletop.
It is one of the
Audio.
sound pads. It is the
Oh,
spaceship
nice.
sound pad.
I have a bunch of
Ooh.
their like music. On
Oh,
my...
you can't really go wrong.
No, like there's so much stuff. Just their ambient collection is so impressive.
This is, in fact, a pitch for a sponsorship. Please and thank you.
Oh, that'd be. I didn't even think of that. That'd be great.
I
We are
would
gonna
be
use it.
100% down with that.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. We are going to use it for Wanderhome. Because I want like pastoral nature sounds. There's a-
For anybody tuning in for maybe the first time to Grimstone Gaming, Wanderhome is the system we are playing next on Tabletop Turntable, which is our Tuesday evening shows every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Starting next week.
Righteous.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
First
so
session
as
is
you
this
make-
Tuesday.
All right, you make your way into this area. It is structured almost certainly for communal use. There are long benches and a central dispenser-like apparatus at the center. The dispenser has been completely consumed by the substance that you have seen in the last several compartments. Now transformed into some type of growth that is exuding a sticky web-like filament that clings to the walls and the ceilings.
Okay.
It's getting worse.
The benches that are still visible are cracked and corroded, and there are tendrils that are creeping over the edges.
So there's
And-
nothing left in here that's not touched.
Pretty much. There is through your sensors, there is a faint sort of organic odor in the air, almost the smell of like damp earth or decaying vegetation.
Cool.
Do you guys
Hey,
think this is how they were infected?
Conrad, can you give me an atmospheric readout?
Of course.
I vote
I
we
did the
move
same
on.
thing when we played Alien.
What?
I did the same thing when we played Alien.
What in particular would you like, Arrow?
Are there any contaminants in the air, specifically?
I guess you mean contaminants that would be contaminating to humans?
Thought we were in a vacuum.
We're in our suits, but there could be. I want to know if this stuff goes beyond a liquid state and it goes into.
Yeah.
Cat coming from my house or
Well,
somebody else?
It sounds like one of
I'm
ours.
wondering. I'm wondering if this is how everyone got infected through like the water and food system.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory maybe, but I don't want to say anything just
There-
yet.
There are particulates in the air.
Good.
Organic?
Great.
Biomechanical.
Yeah, so these things go down beyond the part. Like it really is nanoparticle, nanoparticle, like real nanoparticle.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have
Cool.
to dump the suits when we get back to the ship.
Yep, we sure are. Burn it all.
Yep.
All right.
Moving on.
I'm so sad for your pink suit.
I'm really. You know what? I didn't want to. I don't want to think about it.
100,000
We'll get
credits
you-
can
we'll
buy
get-
a lot of
I can
suits.
buy.
Yeah.
Get you a new pink suit.
Maybe we'll
Making
all
it-
get
let's,
matching pink suits.
Like that, I've always
Yep.
wanted.
No,
You gotta
no,
dye
you,
your
you don't
hair,
want to do
bud.
pink on pink. You gotta layer the color.
I
Different shades of
disagree.
pink, give it sort of a gradient quality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on,
Monochromatic.
bud. Next, let's go.
But yeah,
Hot to pastel. I imagine this is all happening while we're walking.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Of
While we're
course.
Yeah,
walking,
no, like Nando just grabs you by the
Uh,
shoulder and is like, "It's okay, bud. We'll find you a good pink."
looking
As
at
you-
is going from table to table, like walking across the top of the tables. Does that look like we'd avoid more of the black goo?
Walking across
Like-
the benches and the tables probably would likely get you the least amount of possibility of contamination. Walking
No,
across
Alright.
the floor, not so much.
Yeah, let's do benches
Floor
and
is
tables
lava!
then.
Let's go.
The floor is lava. The floor is sentient.
Nanobot
nanoform.
lava.
Yeah.
Nano lava. Very small lava.
All right, let's find the weapons and the good technology and get out of here.
Yeah.
See what happened to our jar on the way back.
He's
that
not
would
gonna be
determine
there.
Whether or not we
It's
try
gonna be
to
empty. Is what it's gonna be,
outta
They're
here.
gonna have rescued their buddy.
No.
Dear.
and probably be blocking their way out.
Tighten that jar. I
Mhm.
still tighten that jar pretty tight. We'll see.
I believe in you.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
I believe that you believe that you shut the jar very tightly. Let's keep
Before
going.
you make your way across the tables, give me an order. Just out of curiosity, what is the orders of the marching order essentially as you're heading across?
It was Jet's idea, so I imagine he climbed up first.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jet, then
I'll follow.
Arrow.
Oh,
Then-
okay.
Yeah, I'll go after.
I'll bring up the
Mando,
rear,
and Neil.
cover our six with my little space gun.
All right.
Hey, it's better than space darts.
Yep.
As you are making your way across, a tendril shoots up from the side and grasps at Arrow.
Can I
need you
shoot
to
it?
make me for sure. You can for certain shoot it. I still need him to make a dexterity save. So you
Okay.
want to take a d20 and roll below your dexterity score.
Is there any way I can assist him, like grab his hand or something to keep him on the table?
I would say yes. You could roll that with advantage.
Ooh, how does that work in this game?
Just do.
It's the same idea. You take, but you would take the lowest. Whatever is most favorable for you.
Sweet. My dex is 9 and I rolled a 6.
Very well
Hey.
done.
Very nice.
Thank you for
Uh,
the assist.
What was your other one?
19.
Ooh, yeah. I would have been mad.
Yes, it would have. All right, you are able to get out of the way with assistance from Jet and Camille. You shoot this tendril. Describe to me the shot that you take.
So I imagine you said it's coming up from like the floor, right? So I would have been aiming for that space sort of between the bench and the table as it was shooting up to try to, be very clearly out of the space where I could have shot the captain at all, but going for a like cut off as you're reaching, sort of slapping the hand kind of thing, but with a bullet or a space bullet of some kind. Whatever is the prevailing technology at this point in time.
Excellent. Right on.
Pew pew.
You successfully, after this little bit of quick burst of action, make your way out of the mess hall, going through the door on the side.
How did the tendril react to the shot?
It's whatever spot that you hit, like sort of like a little mini like explosion, like
Ooh.
it sort of reacted kinetically. To
Okay.
and the tendril that came down sort of like sloughed back down onto the floor, and whatever
Okay.
you had sort of disintegrated to a point.
Cool. Thanks.
Appreciate the assist. Crew.
Yeah. That was.
I'll see to it that you get bonuses.
You better.
Yeah. Sounds good.
We're worth every penny.
Looking where this tendril fell, Can I now, like, now that I see it and I recognize it as dangerous, can I spot more?
For sure.
I mean, are they like all over the floor?
Yeah, they are very much all over the floor.
Do we see a safe way to go?
Or
You
like,
have
can what if
managed.
we?
You've essentially crossed the
Okay.
area and have made it across this particular thing by playing the floor is lava. So,
Yeah.
So we're safe for now.
beautiful. You're safe for now. You're out of the mess hall at this
Okay,
point.
cool.
Having
Great.
walked through, and you come into what looks like a research laboratory that is the room that is on the opposite side. So this room is in between you and the armory. And as you walk in, there are tables and upright workstations that line the edges of the room, covered in delicate instruments that are now entangled in the organic substance. There are glass-like containment chambers on the walls that are cracked. Their contents, strange iridescent fluid, is spilled across the floor, mixing with the growth to form sort of form a viscous sort of living puddle.
You.
It is off to the right-hand side of where you are. There is what looks like a somewhat clear path around it. Some of the growth has sprouted small pod-like structures that pulse faintly, and there is a perceptible sort of hum.
Yeah. Fernando, I'm going to say this is where the infection came from, or whatever this thing is.
Seems like an appropriate terminology.
Yeah.
Does someone want to attempt to safely hardwire into somewhere in here and get as much info as they can about
Yeah.
the research? I'm going to press on to the armory because we are pressed for time. Grab as
I
many
don't-
weapons
I
as I
want- I
can
want
and come
to-
back.
I want to plug in.
Okay.
If there's like a place that's obviously not
Be careful.
visibly infected.
I'll go with
Indeed.
Camille.
Perhaps
Okay,
you
leave-
should
leave that
stay
door
here,
open, so-
Rocktar, and cover Nando here.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you leave that door open.
Mission.
Oh, you got it, dude.
Indeed. You pull up information about any of the research that is done on this vessel, and the particular information that you were looking for. It takes a moment for Conrad to translate it into something that is readable for you or to understandable. So as this is happening, we will jump to the two that are in the armory, and then once that's sort of going, we will jump back over here. All of you at this point get a notification from Conrad that you are at 51 minutes and 30 seconds on the timer.
Ooh.
That was pretty funny timing because a sound from Discord popped in my ear right when you said you get a notification. That
Perfect.
freaked me out for a second. Am I
Alright.
friends with Conrad on Discord?
Right? You make Arrow and Camille. You make your way into a room that houses sleek weapons and armor that are displayed in translucent stands. Now, this is the first time you've seen anything that is inherently Watcher-esque that people know about. The few sightings of the beings are of their rather sort of wide and robust bases with shorter legs, longer sort of telescoping arms, and the telltale longer neck and singular sort of helmet with the red eye. So you see several different types of weaponry and sets of suits and armor that are in here that fit that description. The biomechanical substance here is denser and is
Ooh.
coiling around several weapons like vines and embedding itself into the walls. Occasionally there are faint flashes of light that course through the veins of the substance as though it were absorbing energy from the armory itself. There's a
Ooh.
low hum that resonates through the room, unsettlingly rhythmic in its persistence.
Are there any weapons or any ammunition that has not been touched or could be safely separated from things from the rest of the pack that it might be touching, etc.?
There are a handful of weapons that you could take, weapons and ammunition. It looks like this is mainly energy type weapons. There
Yes.
are what look like melee weapons as well that would attach to the suits of armor. There are a handful of those as well that you could take. It is also at this point, as you are gathering these weapons, that you hear static and crackle as an unfamiliar voice comes over the comm system. Hello? Is there somebody here?
Oh, shit.
Hello?
Hi.
Shh.
Is it just them that can hear it, or can all of us hear it?
It is just them currently. Although I will say that you are getting static interference in your comms, but you're not hearing any voices currently. I would
Okay.
say you hear
You
you hear
me
what
probably
they're
going,
saying.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get the impression that something's happening, but you don't necessarily know what it is. You don't hear the opposite side.
Gotcha.
Is there a suit of armor that looks clean enough and accessible enough that I can get into?
Well, we don't have the right
Ooh.
physiology.
Even
But that is a
Ferraz,
cool.
this is
I
a very
mean,
interesting question.
That is an interesting question.
Because the best way to carry shit out is on my person, and especially if I can attach a melee weapon or two to the suit, I think I would like to do that.
Sure, evens or odds, Miss Lady.
Evens again.
Evens again.
So I forgot that I did this earlier. When you're done disputing this, I have something that.
I'm not disputing.
No. When this is
This is resolved.
Unfortunately, there does not seem to be
Damn
a
it.
full set of suits that could be used, unfortunately.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna grab however many weapons. I'm gonna upgrade my gun. I'm gonna put my gun away and take a loaded energy weapon for myself, and then fit whatever else I can in my backpack.
Cool. Whatever your damage die is for your current weapon, up it by 1.
Yes. Okay, thanks.
So, Arrow looking around this room and trying to kind of get. He had notices in the heads-up display of his helmet. There's a little like flashing fire icon. What was that? And when he makes the gesture towards it, the weapon I chose was a flamethrower.
Yes, I was gonna choose that too, but then I
A
didn't.
little canister thing, nozzle
Yeah.
pops up on his wrist, and I want to try to burn some of the base of the tendrils to free him up from as many of the weapons as I can.
Nice.
150%. Roll me some damage.
I like that.
Whatever the damage of the flamethrower is.
D8, yeah.
Right on.
You try to clean off his suit for me?
Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. I would say that is just enough to clean off the least affected suit. It burns away sort of in like an ash and similar to like an ash can type of deal, just sort of sifts away. This particular thing seems to be not so great with heat and fire.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
All right, so now that that's cleared off, I want to go back to my comm thing and so come back. Is there somebody else on this derelict?
I'm going to
Yes.
get in the suit and attach a couple of melee weapons while he is talking.
Right on. You can do that.
Great.
You hear the voice. Yes, I've been stranded here. What is the day? Where? How long? What is?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of questions that I probably don't have the answers to, but I can tell you we're a salvage team, and if where are you? Who are you? What's your name? This is probably a way too cheerful tone for you right now. I apologize. I have amnesia.
I'm very very happy to hear somebody.
Oh,
I'm
great.
in the. I think this is the core chamber.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and there's no way he's not infected. Hang up the phone.
Yeah, what's going on in the core chamber? Because we got all this black stuff everywhere, and it's getting real friendly with our suits. And if you've been here for a while, I'm gonna guess
Has it-
that it's.
Has it reached? Where are you? Where?
We are currently in the armory.
Oh, it's reached out to the armory.
Oh, it's reached out all over the place. It's basically gotten all the way back to the hangar. Do you have some details about this stuff that you could share with us?
It's. From what I can tell, it's. The voice essentially gives you pretty much the information you have already gained. Um. With an interesting tidbit at the end, the voice on the other end says, I did find an injector of some kind with a substance, perhaps an antidote, maybe. It was in the research laboratory. I'm a salvager as well, and I think I'm the last one of my crew that's still alive.
And that'd be your ship that's docked out in the umbilical.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Well, do you have a means of getting up to where we are? Out to where we are? I don't know the orientation.
I don't have any fuel left for the makeshift fire bombs that I had made earlier, and I don't know that I could get to you safely without being taken by whatever this substance is.
Are you certain you have not already been infected?
I mean, from what I can tell, I don't see anything on my suit.
How long have you
hooked
been here?
for quite a while.
How
I've
have you survived that long?
There are these nodes in the walls that you can hook to, and it is I'm breathing whatever the Watchers were breathing.
That's interesting.
It's sweeter than normal, but I haven't had any problems with my respiration.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, if you, Captain, if you think we want to blaze a trail there, you better go fast with your flamethrower. I will help you if I can, and I will let them know over in the hey. I'm gonna run like back toward the research room and be like, guys, there might be some kind of antidote. So anything that looks like medical research, grab that.
Are you guys okay? Because it sounds like you're talking to a ghost buddy.
There
Yeah,
may or may not
You're
be
not
somebody
making any
stuck
sense.
in the core of the ship that came on the other salvage ship, and the rest of their crew is gone. So the captain, he has a
They're
very big
alive?
heart. He might want to try to save them.
You go
They're alive?
deeper in?
So far, I don't think it's a great idea, but I don't know if we can talk him out of it. So I would grab whatever fire you can.
Hang on. Conrad, how long did you think that ship, like, how long do you think it's been sitting there? 'Cause
By
I got
Way
the.
to tell.
By my estimation, several months.
Oh,
What's your new
there's
friend
no
been
way.
eating and drinking?
right? That's what I said. How did he survive?
Yeah, it doesn't sound.
Or
Uh,
birdie.
Possible to survive on intravenous fluids.
And he was hooked into the.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna wonder. I actually wondered this earlier when Jet was trying to pry one of the nodes off, or like just strong arm a node off the wall. I wondered if there were if I could use a tool to sort of like pry it instead.
Certainly something you could try.
I want to look around at the weapons that I was able to gather and see if there's anything that might immolate or produce fire.
All
Or
right.
heat.
Say there's a handful of flammable canisters that you have.
Okay.
For Fernando, the
Yes.
terminal at this point, while all of this conversation is happening, finally dings, and you get like a readout of what's been going on. A lot of it has been research on several different alien species, including humanity. It has a whole bunch of history and backstory, and pretty much like a backlog of all the stuff that humanity has done since it has journeyed its way off of Earth. There is also research on this substance that is around the ship. They, there is no designated name for it. It is literally just called the substance, and it seems to have a. It is almost a life form, or at least life in the sense of carbon-based life. Um, what what humanity would consider life. It seems to be more of a nitrogen and silicon-based life form, a hive, as it were, many different smaller pieces that act accordingly together in sort of motions. There are uh, relations drawn to flocks of birds moving in unison, and swarms of jellyfish that move throughout the ocean. It gives those sort of relations to this substance that is moving throughout. It seems to go more for uh, non organic uh, substances such as metal or technology or anything along those lines. It does not seem to care for fully organic beings.
Interesting.
Uh, Camille, our new friend mentioned something about an antidote in the research lab. That's where y'all are. Y'all, Fernando, you picked up anything like that and mentioned that in that download? See if you could find it. I think I've got some canisters here to rig up some fire bombs. We can make our way to the core and see if we can get this guy out of here.
There is within the research that you find, Nando, talk of a deconstructive agent.
Mm.
Yeah, there's something about a deconstructive agent, but honestly, like from what I'm getting here, it's not really a threat to us as much as like all the tech and all the metal and the ship itself.
Mm.
If this thing worked, why didn't the Squiddies use it? The Watchers.
I just didn't get a
That is also a
chance.
great point.
Yeah.
Is there anything in
Maybe
there
it
that
spread.
suggests it has like a central point? I'm gonna go back where I'm getting signal to. I don't think he gave us his name yet. Hey, friend, what's your name? It feels weird just calling you friend. Hello, come back.
Anyone there?
I don't know.
You don't know your name?
I
I
haven't
can't.
spoken to anyone in. How long has it been?
Conrad,
Why?
can you measure any fluctuations in his voice? Anything to indicate that he might not be being entirely truthful, or he
You
might
guys
not
talking
be
to your
who
friend
he says
again?
he is?
Shh.
I was thinking Conrad might be able to use your comm to pinpoint his location and do a better scan of the area.
That too. He told us he was in the core. He told us he was in the core. This is the signal I'm doing, and I'm talking to you on my intercom because I'm not in the same video.
Okay.
Conrad tells you that there is indeed some warbling in the voice. There is a nervousness and desperation that is noted. Uh, but deception is more difficult
Yeah.
for him to pick up.
Conrad, are we certain that that is a human voice?
As human as my voice.
Touche.
Well, I was about to say, Conrad was scanning for life forms the closer we get, and if you're in range, ask him to scan for life forms again.
A good point. Hey, Conrad, can you give me a boosted life form scan?
Specifically for the core area.
Yeah, if he can reach that far yet.
There is a faint life form further ahead, towards the center of the ship.
Okay.
So if we don't think that these things are actually a threat to us, why?
Well, I didn't say that. I said they're less of a threat.
Uh, yeah. If
Well,
he's
it's
the
not.
last of his crew and the ship is still here, what happened to his crew? Like, did a
Do we think it's their
tentacle goo
AI?
to get him?
Why do I feel like
Wait,
he's
do you
being
think
experimented on?
It's very likely.
I have a
Not
feeling that it
micromanaging.
might be their AI.
I know there's a lifetime.
Oh. But then,
Fernando, you come a little bit closer so you get signal and you talk to him.
I walk into the armory
Yeah, I'll follow
after
along.
I unplug.
Right on.
Go,
guys, we only have
friend.
like 45 minutes. We should probably
Yeah.
just like blast our way through to the core
Yeah.
real quick with the flamethrower,
Do
and
that.
then we will open the door and find out if there is in fact someone inside, and we'll go from there.
I mean, Spacer's code. You don't leave anyone behind, especially in the black.
Yeah.
Nature's code. Yeah, I do remember that.
But
Yeah.
since we're in the armory, I want to grab another weapon if I
I was
can.
gonna use
Sure.
one of the fire bombs that I just made to test it out and try to like burn off another weapon rack.
For sure. You can do that. Conrad goes over the intercom. 33 minutes remaining.
See, and
Yeah.
even less than I thought. We need to
Alright.
move, you slow
Yeah.
pokes, you turtle
boogie.
people.
Going forward, yeah, my thinking is just we're making a beeline to the core, but Arrow's gonna look for any of those nodes that he saw earlier to get as much light on as we can, so we can
Sure.
see where this black stuff is and isn't.
You are
Yeah.
perfectly able to do that. And
Just got his flashlight and I guess a helmet
Same.
light.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah,
a
flashlight.
flashlight helmet.
Fuck yeah.
I
Nando,
would-
Flashlight in one hand, new weapon in the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Nando, you call out to the voice in the intercom.
As we're
Yeah, I'm
heading
just
that
like,
way.
yeah. If you can hear us, we're gonna try and do our best. We're headed your way.
Oh,
Like a test that you can
thank God. Thank
Right.
God. I'll be
What
here.
is
I'll
the
be
super secret passcode for knowing if you are human? Do we have one of
What
those
is the
as
answer to all
humanity?
things?
What is-
what
Hang
your
on, hang on.
directive?
If you were walking through the desert and you come across a turtle flipped on its back,
What do you do?
what do you do?
It's a great question.
It's a great reference.
a turtle.
Do you remember what a turtle is?
It's baking in the sun. It's gonna die soon.
If I am in the desert, turtle is on its. Would I flip it over?
Do you?
You ask the question. I'm. Oh,
Is that your answer? You would flip over the turtle?
yes.
I feel better. I don't feel
Yeah.
great, but I feel
Yeah.
better. All right, let's go.
Guys, I don't actually know the answer to this question.
Well, if you've seen Blade Runner, that was the more of a right answer than that guy gave.
Well, it was supposed to be like they accused the guy of not. No. Let's keep going. We don't have time for.
as we're walking to the core, we'll have the meta-analysis of Blade Runner and the AI question. What is the replicant? The replicant.
Yeah. It's because he gave out too much of
Yes.
an emotional.
Well, yeah,
reference. This
he
guy didn't have any
know-
emotion.
Well, it's funny is I thought you were doing a bit because he didn't know what a turtle was.
There's that too.
Like, he
But
asked-
like,
And then he gets upset that he doesn't understand what a turtle is, and that was
Yeah, but, like-
yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen a turtle myself outside of that kids movie, because they're extinct now.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's right. I had a
Have we made it to the core yet? Are we there yet?
Because by the time we
You
do,
have-
Jet is talking about how no one swapped to paper straws and Scarlet Turtles are dead.
Oh,
You have waded your way through using firepower and just sheer force of will, heading through not only the communication hub, where there are many terminals with glyphs and whatnot illuminated on there. There is a medical bay that you head through, as well as what looks like a vault of some kind. Eventually making it to the opposite end of that room where the door stands in front of you, seemingly sealed at this point.
Mm-hmm. Is the door infested? Or is it clear?
All around the edges, there are splotches and tendrils. The door does not seem to be affected currently.
We look for one of those nodes from the, like
Yeah.
before that we like
start like
gesture to get it
waving.
to open.
Mm-hmm. Are these the grabby tendrils, or are they just like stretched out across to spread tendrils?
The spread. It looks like
Okay.
sort of like the web filament that you saw in the mess hall.
To be honest, I don't trust any of these tendrils not to be grabby tendrils, so...
Oh yeah, stay ready.
Yeah, but the thin ones probably can't grab you as good.
Stay frosty.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we able... Do we find anything that opens this door?
It takes a moment, but through sort of the now sort of almost caked on substance surrounding the door, you do manage to find a node that opens the large door.
Sweet.
Flamethrower ready.
Gun ready, yeah.
The door opens to the innermost room of the ship, which is a vast cathedral-like space with walls and ceilings fully consumed by the biomechanical substance that is now pulsating like a living organism. The room dominated by a massive spire-like structure in the center that pulses with a blinding energy.
Whoa!
A
The
fun
air-
fact we didn't consider is the sludge is alive, and that's what was talking to us. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, it's
Uh,
a hive mind situation.
If it's
Yeah.
consuming energy,
If it's a hive mind, then we gotta use that.
like, hey, buddy, are you still there?
Hey, friend.
Friend.
Yes, I'm here, and you
Where?
can see movement within the chamber. A suited hand reaches up. It
Is he consumed in this stuff?
There's definitely some substance on it. As
Oh, he's not like
Is it like
encased in it.
I'm
is it
gonna-
like a vac suit like ours or the armor that we saw in the armory?
It is a vac suit like yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Okay.
get like a nice dusting with the flamethrower, like a little flambe.
Yeah. Can you make your way to us? We can't go in there.
Can you move?
Did we find
can-
the stuff, the like antigen, the
We just found
We
re-
found
Like
the
we only have
reference to
info.
it. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
Find the actual stuff.
He said he has it.
Oh, is that what he said?
Oh, I missed.
Well, I thought he said he found it in the research.
Oh,
Like he
did
found
say
the
that.
actual.
You're right. My bad. Good.
Oh
good-
yeah,
good.
I definitely heard this is where I
Maybe-
saw it last. You should find it. That's what I heard.
Trying to get down here to use it, maybe.
It is slow going, but you do see the suited figure moving through this massive area as it's moving, as the suit is moving towards you. You get a closer look at the room with the air sort of humid and hot. There's a hum that is continually sort of going, resonates deep within this area. The spire, partially metallic and partially organic, its surface is covered in intricate glyphs that glow faintly, and from it tendrils snake out like living conduits, uh, connecting to the walls and the ceiling in an intricate web-like network. Uh, Slowly but surely, the figure, your voice on the opposite end of the comm, makes their way through. The visor is tinted. You cannot see the face through the visor, but is slowly sort of like gliding and pulling. It is slightly erratic and has a bit of a jerking motion as they're trying to make their way closer to you through the substance.
Conrad, give me a readout on this life form.
And new friend of ours, would you do us just a tiny favor and turn on your helmet lights inside your visor, please?
The hand lifts up and taps on the helmet. Is it on? Nothing is happening on the front.
Oh boy.
Can your ship AI do
Hey.
that for you?
I haven't heard Val's name, voice in a long while. I don't know that it's still running.
Conrad, can you see if you can't ping Val on the other ship? And see if you can get a
Ooh,
response.
Good idea. Hail that ship.
Processing.
Also, hey friend, do you have that quote unquote antidote you found?
They tap their chest with the opposite hand. There's a chest sort of pouch that is on the suit. Right here.
And do you promise, like pinky promise, that you're not a zombie?
I don't know what kind of request that is, but okay.
Great.
Yeah.
I feel so much better.
Slowly but surely make through. Conrad gets back to you, Arrow, and says that the life form that was pinging before is within the room, but it is not coming from the suit.
Yeah.
And comes back to you, Jet, that there is no power source or signal from the ship in which is docked on the opposite side of the umbilical from where you are docked.
Okay.
As soon as that
It's at
information. How far
it's-
away from me is he? How far away from us?
They are about 10 feet from you now.
Okay, yes. Yeah, soon as
I'm
that
gonna shoot it.
information- I'm gonna raise
Yep.
up the flamethrower and just.
Wait, but don't
Right.
burn the antidote. Let me shoot him.
Oh.
Could be a lie.
It could be, but just in case it's not, we need it. Like, we should try to preserve it.
Why? I say we take off and nuke it from orbit. That's the only way to be sure. I already said
well-
it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you started flamethrowing, and then we said, "Hang on, maybe not flamethrower," but you already flamethrowered
I
it.
already
So, I'm gonna join in and start shooting, because even if it's the wrong thing, we're all
Same.
doing the wrong thing together, and that's important.
Yep.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Cool. Nobody will be able to say who killed him in case it's a bad thing.
No,
You guys-
I definitely don't.
But yeah, you guys start.
I don't think so either, but just in case, it's nice that we're all doing this together.
What was that movie called, Virus, where the machine was trying to turn itself into a person?
I don't remember.
There's
we
a
watch
few
a
of
lot of
those.
obscure
It's like
movies.
early aughts.
I would say, this whole time I've just been thinking of that one episode of Doctor Who, of like the whole plant ecosystem thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right on. All right. So yeah, you guys start. So I started blasting.
I told me to start
Yeah.
blasting.
So I started blasting.
And right after we do, I think Jet's gonna run over and try to close the door on this thing.
Oh,
Are we
but
blasting and backing up? Like, what's the plan? Like,
Yeah,
are we
I'm gonna just
blasting and getting
flamethrower
the
and
hell
back
on?
out of the room.
Are,
And I'm
are
gonna.
we
How many fire
blasting to
bombs did I
try
make?
and preserve?
You tell
Nope.
me.
Oh,
Like, you're
sweet.
throwing as you are blasting, not everything is hitting the suit and is ricocheting into the core and into the substance as the alarm begins to go off.
Love it.
Oh, that's the bad noise.
that's the bad noise.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
not great.
live for a good alarm, really. I'm gonna chuck
The-
like 7 fire
Yep.
bombs.
The suit is fully in flames and falls in front of you, maybe by about a couple of feet. Ashes and whatnot are burning away.
Can't help but notice we don't hear any screaming.
Nope. You don't.
That's funny how that happened.
Run.
Right.
Run.
Did Jet manage to close the door, or is it kind of stuck?
Are we still going after the antidote?
Fuck
Nope.
that. No,
I
I'm
think
leaving.
I think we're backing out and we're shooting
Yeah.
and backing out.
Okay.
If there was a safe way to do it and there was an opening, I think Camille would take a run at it. But if Jet's already like closing the door, she would prioritize leaving over getting the antidote.
Yeah, we got some
Yeah.
stuff. You know.
All
back-
right.
We got some weapons.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's call it a
Yeah,
day.
weird
Yes.
tools.
But just in case
Yeah.
it does become a thing that like needs saving against, you know what I'm saying? Like if there is an opening, a break in the fire, Camille would try her best to make a run for it. But if not, she's not gonna worry
All
about
right.
it.
We're gonna make this spicy. There is a moment it falls on
Great.
its back. So give me a dexterity save. So you
Okay,
have
my first roll of the
D20.
night.
Yep. D20 and roll lower than your dex score.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's an 8 under an 11.
No.
Nice. You managed to reach your hand in, pull out. There is a vial of some kind, an injector, and it has the same luminescent green substance that you saw in the research lab that was in a puddle on the floor. So you managed to grab that, and Jet, at the same time, just in the nick of time,
Oh, I'm
Managed
gonna
to
slide
close the
into
door.
home.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm not sliding through that closing door.
slides in. Cool. So this is going to be the fun part here.
It's a
We're going to
crisis.
move away from the suspense, and we're going to move into the
Action
Sweet
packed
action force.
finale.
The crisis
Indeed.
event.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was reading
Alright.
about earlier. Sweet.
So what I want all of you to do is to give me a dexterity saving throw, one for each, and it will be in essentially each one of the saves will be for a quarter of the way through, and we'll go from there. See how we do getting out without any, or with some potentially bad
Oh,
stuff happening.
I'm so fast. I got a 2.
Very fast.
I'm so fast.
Does Ty go to the runner?
Fast as fuck, boy.
Oh yeah, what do you do if you tie?
Ty goes to the runner.
Okay. Alright.
Yep.
I'm good. I'm the first one.
4 out of 14.
Nice.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, we
We're
don't know
just
much,
running
but we
and
are
gunning.
fast.
So
We know when to
We know how
get
to
the
run.
fuck out.
You have all been able to make it through, so I'm gonna go one at a time. We'll go in the order of Nando, then Jet, then Camille, and then Arrow. I want a cool scene of you guys making your way through the ship and doing whatever it is you need to do. Paint me a cool escape montage through these rooms that we've been through to get back to the ship.
Okay. So Camille just slides under the door, and Nando, still with a gun in one hand and a flashlight in the other, like taps his helmet. Is like, Conrad, pull up that map right now, and then just books it from where he like
Yeah.
the one hallway he remembers, and just like has Conrad kind of just start him off.
Very nice. Making their way through, you get through the vault
what's the
and the
order?
the next piece. Yep. So you're going to be going from the vault into the medical bay, and that is where Jet you'll pick up.
Yeah, in the medical bay, Jet, he runs in. He's already got his machine gun up from earlier, and seeing the tendrils, he just sprays them down as he keeps running before he gets to them. clearing the way into the mess hall, jumps onto the table, slides across it on like one of those trays, flips it over like it's a
Yes.
skateboard onto the next one, hoses down another tendril, shoots up the food dispenser just for the heck of it, and then dive rolls out into the far corridor.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You continue your way through the medical bay, through the communication hub, back into the armory. That's where we'll pick up with Camille.
So as this line of adventurers is busting through, I think that Camille and the captain, since we're at the back and we've had the most time to explore the armory and clean the shelves, throw down a set of shelves behind us to sort of block the way and give some like nice juicy metal in between us and the nanobots for it to feed on, and just keep booking it.
Excellent, excellent. Keep moving through the mess hall, playing the ground is lava once again, back through the research laboratory into the navigation horde where we'll pick up with Arrow.
The navigation room. Describe what there was like consoles
and a giant orb on a pedestal in the middle.
Right. So I want to use one of the projectile weapons that we grabbed, and I want to try to shoot the base of the orb so that it rolls into where the tendrils are.
Heck yeah.
And then like you jump on from console to console towards the door.
Heck yeah. You're able to do that like bats out of hell. You manage to get the rest of the way through back into the docking main docking port and down the umbilical towards your ship, and the timer sort of pops up and you're at 12 and a half minutes left as you make your way back onto the Jewel as the alarm fades, as the door behind you shuts.
Conrad, decouple and get us out of here. We got to decontaminate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Decontamination procedure stat.
Arm all of the weapon systems.
Affirmative.
And incinerate all of these suits.
Well, yeah. Get out of the
After
suits.
we're out of them.
Leave the suits in the airlock, go inside, and then jettison them. And then I want to actually fly back over the derelict and unload every fucking weapon we have aboard the ship.
Okay.
Try to destroy the facility. That was my thinking. Because fuck that shit. Trying to get out.
Well, we need to go because, like, we just got
We're
up the
12 minutes.
reactor room and the alarm went off. So that's bad news bears right there.
You know, it is his ship. If he wants to circle back to drop a bunch of bombs, I don't know that there's much we can say about it.
I'm going to say I don't want to get caught in a reactor explosion.
It's a fast ship.
Okay. You're the captain. We'll ride the blast wave.
In rapid
Let's stop.
succession, you all disrobe from your suits, leaving them in the outer bay, heading into the contamination area, and you can feel the ship rumble and move as it decouples and begins to move. There is a slight bit of gravity sort of catching you as you're in the decontamination showers. There's movement for a little bit of time until the showers end, and you hear over the comm system, we have reached a... what's the word I'm looking for? We have reached the optimum distance in which we will suffer no damage from a reactor explosion.
Light it up!
Give him all we got. Full compliment.
You feel the rumble of the weapons go off, and on one of the nearby screens in the loading bay, you see an exterior shot as several both energy weapons and actual ballistic style missiles, like explosive ordnance, shoots out in a rain down upon this ship, and as it hits, there are plinks and sort of like small explosions that hit it, and there is a slight pause in between a almost mushroom style cloud coming out from the center through that large dome that you see from the middle of the ship, and the thing begins to break apart, and the shuttle that you are in, the Jewel, shakes violently as you are hit with the shock wave of the blast, but you are able to maintain the ship. You have survived, and the ship that was once circling is now in pieces.
Whew! Oh, and now nobody else can get any of the rest of the shit either. Just saying.
Yeah.
What we have now is worth double.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's get all of the gear into decontamination as well, just to be sure. Let's run a burn on the airlock, just to be sure.
Yeah.
And drinks on me.
I'm
Just
also
to be sure, do
putting-
we have any spare suits?
Yeah, they're nothing flashy though.
I want to check the exterior of the ship, make sure nothing latched on.
That's a good call.
You're welcome to take a walk.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here for that. All right.
No, there wasn't gonna be a stinger, and then you had to ask.
All right.
While he's doing that,
Give-
I'm gonna head to the mess hall to pour drinks for everybody.
Do it up.
Oh.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
going to lock the injector in the safest safe on the ship.
Mhm.
Very well.
We've also
Yeah.
got that data for the stuff.
I'll put that in there too.
Evens or odds?
And whatever.
Odds have been okay for me so far. Let's stick with them.
All right. Nando, what are you doing while Jed is making his way out to check the exterior of the hull?
I think I'm just like, because I picked up like some mechanical pieces, I'm just gonna put them in the safe too. And then probably just go make sure Jet is okay. Like, just watch him
Out the
to be
window.
sure. Yeah, through the window. We're just like,
I mean, you can get
Make sure I
on
don't fly
comms.
off
Hi.
into space.
You can get on comms with them. I mean, that makes sense. That's
You see
probably
anything
just
out there?
A procedural.
yeah, we're
thing.
on comms, but we're also just dead staring out this window.
Oh no!
Well, we'll change it back. Didn't realize I was gonna screw it up. There we go.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's
good.
all good. All right. And we will leave off. We will end the one shot as Jet sees a bit of black viscous tendrils
Of
Oh
course.
no.
along one of the back exterior wings of the ship as they speed
To
off.
be continued.
Jet sings a 3.5-minute rock song about how this is not good.
There's a sweet guitar solo that's so hot it cannot resist.
Yeah, he unslings his guitar from Wade McCann this entire adventure. I just haven't mentioned it. Plugs it into his comm system and does their sick riff.
And activates the built-in
can you
wah-wah
back
pedal
the
in his
ship?
boot.
Mm-hmm.
Does that Peter Frampton?
Yeah, you got the vocoder going and everything.
There we go.
Right on. And that is where we will end it.
That
Yay!
was fun.
We did it, you
We live
guys!
to die another
we
day.
lived.
Yeah.
We surprisingly lived.
Like
Heck
any
yeah.
true science fiction horror franchise, you know, you gotta keep,
Oh,
gotta have
yeah.
room for the sequel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a sequel.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be another sequel that everyone
We-
pretends is there.
I honestly am super open to the idea of, because that's not the first time that a Once Upon a One Shot game has ended in a kind of an open-ended way.
Yeah.
And with the potential of maybe revisiting them in the future for future Once Upon a One Shot.
Maybe a little bit more poison next time. Maybe we're just all a little bit fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Oh yeah, we can have nanobots in our bloodstreams and like not even know it, and it's slowly like melding us into the
Or,
hive mind.
or like slowly getting one of us, and one of us
Mhm.
is really a bad guy, but the other one's good.
Don't
We
know
are
it.
gonna become the derelict. We're gonna become the derelict ship.
Whoever
Oh,
it
yeah.
is, the final shot is like their eyeball, and you see the tiniest little like nanobot movement across.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
here
nasty.
for it. I'm here for it. Well, that was awesome. Awesome job, guys.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
great
much, Tom.
job.
That was fun.
Yes, thank you. That was good.
I'm-
I really enjoyed myself.
I'm super happy. That's why I like Rules Light. You guys can just do whatever you need to do and make it sound good.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, yeah.
I really
love
enjoyed
it.
being an
Getting
action
into that.
movie star. That was fun.
That was great.
I have had a great time exploring more systems like that. So I know it was a little unorthodox and unplanned, but I'm glad I got the opportunity to play with y'all. It was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for jumping in at the
Oh.
last minute, Michael.
You being here really made it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
kind. Thank you. I will be happy to fly into the stars with y'all anytime.
Aw, gross.
Perhaps there
There we
will
go.
be a sequel.
That would be super fun. Yeah, hey,
Why
I
not?
dig this science fiction horror vibe. You know, I'm gonna be running a Founders Fun Shot of Alien before too much longer. Y'all hit me up. Y'all wanna play?
Nice.
Which
I'm
is
definitely gonna kill you. You'll definitely die.
I'm down.
I think I did die the one time I played Alien. It was great.
Yeah, from everything I know about that game and the time that we played, you probably.
I was so close. I was so
You were
close.
so close. You were
that
so close.
I was so close to being able to get that final.
Yeah.
This is whatever the name of the pilot that I played was.
Your hidden agenda.
Final survivor of
That's-
the whatever
that's
our ship
survivor,
name was,
whatever.
signing off. That was the only reason I was disappointed, just because I had like made it back to the ship
Yeah.
so close, and then I just barely didn't get away because there was a big explosion at the
Piloting
end,
it,
and
yeah,
my
yeah.
ship
Oh,
got caught in the
no.
explosion.
If y'all, I don't know if y'all are familiar with that system or not, but it uses a D6 system and it uses stress dice. So, like, as you fail, you accumulate stress dice. So then you're more likely to fail as the game progresses.
Well,
Isn't
It's
there a
just
stress
totally,
piece of this game too? If you play long enough.
Yes, there is a stress piece. If you fail wisdom saves,
Oh,
you
your
get-
willpower goes down.
Your willpower,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
Then you get
Mm.
stress. You get stress added onto
I
it.
was reading about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
And
yeah,
then
this
you
was
hit the
fun.
crisis event when you reduce to 0, which is kind of like in Delta Green that we just finished playing, where you hit your breaking point. Very
You guys are
similar.
playing all the good games.
Yeah, this was like the rules light version of Mothership, which is what I game.
Yeah.
That's what I was
really
gonna say.
Ooh.
It's just Mothership. Yeah,
I love
that's what was-
Mothership.
It took me a minute to like
I know,
make that
for-
connection, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just."
For me, I
that's
was just
cool,
like, this is
I
just
love
liminal
Mothership.
horror. This is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know what it's called. I don't. But I know we mentioned Wanderhome earlier. But Jade Dragon has a horror game that's basically the horror version of
Sleepaway?
Wanderhome. Is it Sleepaway?
Is that what it's called?
That
Here's-
actually does.
I
sound
think
right.
Sleepaway, and honestly, I could not figure out Sleepaway for the life of me. Like,
No?
I played it once. We had the hardest time. And yeah, it's something I definitely want to try again, but we could not figure it out. I'm gonna be so
Oh yeah,
honest.
no, that's yeah, Possum Creek Sleepaway.
Yeah.
It's
I wonder
A
if
game
it's
of
in my-
horror, dreams, and summer camp.
It's funny that you all are playing Wanderhome for the next tract because me and several of my friends have decided to take Wanderhome and use it as a basis of like they have a way of making it a solo game, but instead of journaling, we're going to use each other as pen pals and write letters to each other about our journeys.
Oh,
that's
that's lovely.
clever, yeah.
I love that.
So we're gonna go all out and get like wax seals and stuff. We already have a system of like who's going to be. There's a moth keeper that is sending letters between the individuals, and we all know each other somehow from some event in our past, and we're
Oh,
sending
that's
letters
adorable.
while we're.
I love that.
I
got
love that too. That's amazing.
One of my friends is playing a hedgehog firelight. Her hedgehog is named Maya, and her firefly companion is named Blink.
I'm
And-
playing a hedgehog shepherd, and
And
my
my-
little bumble companion's name is Barry.
Mine is a Australian cattle dog named Hugo, and he's a shepherd, and his bumbles, the 5 bumbles that he knows are Cooper, Max, Bear, Luna, and Daisy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All of mine
Bear's-
have
Bear-
B names.
Bear's the big one that he likes to ride.
Yeah, I thought about doing a mount. I wanted to do a mount so bad, but I haven't fully decided. But I'm
like
leaving
the
it
two-headed
open. The ones that I can recognize for sure are Barry, who's the little cute one. He's always underfoot. Belladonna's the pretty one who always needs attention and head pats. And
That's still D for me, yeah.
I have a two-headed witchy bumble.
That's Luna for me.
That's Luna for you. Well, mine has two names because she has two heads. She's Bridget and what was the other name that I chose? Beatrix. Yeah,
Beatrix.
Bridget and Beatrix are the witchy two-headed bumble.
Very nice. Yeah,
We
wanted,
have. Yeah.
we've been wanting
Go
to
ahead.
play and just didn't have the schedule for us. So I was like, why don't we play solo? We just write letters to each other. Let's
That's
make writing-
awesome.
let's
I
make-
love that.
Let's have fantasy pen pals. Let's make pen pals a cool thing again.
That actually could be like a super cool thing to do after we're done with this game.
Yeah.
If everybody's interested in doing that.
And-
we have the hedgehog shepherd. We have a owl firelight. We have a tiger exile. We have a squirrel vagabond and a
Fox.
fox veteran. I think he's a veteran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Super excited.
I've been wanting to play that
I
game
have-
for a while, so I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it. We're gonna do it solo and we're gonna tweak it. We're gonna have some fun.
That's such a great idea. And I have to admit that I'm the kind of person that if I did that, I would want to go full parchment quill pens, like
oh yeah.
with
We have
our
that
wax
book already.
seals and everything.
Yeah, we have
But
that cool-
to bring it back around to this, because we are still live. Hi, everybody. To get involved with Once Upon a One Shot, or if you'd like to start your own like written RPG game and you don't have a place to do it, feel free to join our Discord. We'll throw the link in the description of the video. It's also in our TikTok bio. You'll see all of those social handles on the ending screen in just a moment. So if you want to get involved, all you need to do is join the Discord server. Anyone is welcome. Find the Once Upon a One Shot channel, and you can find the call to adventure form to submit if you want to be a game master and submit an idea for a one shot, or just look out for the monthly calls for community games every month and volunteer yourself if you want to play.
Absolutely.
And at this point, we're open the floor to anybody. If you have something to advertise or pitch yourself,
Mm-hmm.
where people can find you, what they have coming up, feel free to take that opportunity to do that now.
Tom?
Perfect timing. I was gonna ask. I have a 5e actual play podcast that comes out every week called The Medusa's Cascade. Once a
Oh,
month
yeah.
is the campaign Blood and Booze, and twice a month is the Collateral Damage campaign. There will be a third parallel campaign that's going to be coming out in the beginning of the year next year, sometime in January or February, called the Mercurial Avengers, which features past characters from Collateral Damage that left and were
Oh, that's
doing
fun.
their own stories and continuing on stories from early in the campaign. As well as there are settings and lore episodes where we world build with me and two of the player characters. Usually at least one of them is from the place that we're building. We have cutscenes that are side stories that feature NPCs or
Oh, I love
storylines that are
that.
within that to give hints about what's coming or continue stories that are out of the field of vision of the main characters, but give the audience sort of a bigger world view about the stuff that's happening, so it doesn't feel like the stuff that's going on is arbitrary and it's just because I said so. And there are character bios. I'm doing more character bios that give background information on all of the player characters. And we also have, because episode 154 of Collateral Damage is coming out literally in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, we have recap episodes that recap like 6 to 8 episode chunks at a time. And I believe with the next one that's coming up, it will catch us up almost directly to where we are in the podcast currently. But there are 22 currently of the recap episodes as well. So
Beautiful.
if you want to listen to a bunch of friends, my party is huge. We started off with 9 player characters, and we are now down to 7, and 7 sort of like the comfort level at this point.
Fucking
So
A.
like this
That's
is a
so many
tiny
people.
party in comparison to what I'm used to. Almost all of my parties are large parties, 6 or 7.
More
Wow.
power to you. I hope. Yeah, that's.
Um,
oh,
but
God,
we
it's very
all
impressive.
we all started before the world came to a halt 4 years ago. We've been playing since January of 2020.
Beautiful.
The podcast has been running for 4 years, and you can literally listen to us learn how to play and run the game and get better at role playing and telling stories along the way.
We
We've all
love
been friends for
that.
quite a time, so
That's fantastic.
no paywalls either. So every bit of content we have there is for free. Whatever you want is for free. We don't have like a Patreon or anything like that. So if you want to listen to a bunch of goobers cause chaos,
Goobers
I
be
mean,
goobering.
the party's called Collateral Damage for a reason. By all means, we have a website too, themedusascascade.com, that will give you short character bios on the different party members of the 2 campaigns as well. So
Fantastic. Well,
Awesome.
That's great. Thank you so much for
Everybody go check that out.
Happy to have you in the Grimstone fold.
oh heck yeah! Anytime you want me to jump in and run a game or play a game, if I have the schedule for it,
Yeah.
I'll most
Oh, yeah.
definitely jump in.
For sure. We'll definitely be talking more.
And of course, here at Grimstone Gaming, we have our first session of track 3 of Tabletop Turntable coming up this upcoming Tuesday, which is what day? The 26th? The 26th. Good for me. I made the ads. Let's say when it starts. Where we will be playing Wanderhome, and we got some new friends joining the table. Anthony and Caleb and Emily are joining us for the first time. We're very excited about that. Our recent very first session of Founders Fun Shots, where we played Zombie Road RPG with Mikkel from Dragon Mountain Press, who just released or is in the process of releasing the game, and we had a special guest player, Jordan Brown, so that was really fun. Go check that out. And yeah, we'll keep seeing you when we see you. So thank you everyone for being here. For Tom, Kay, Ader, and Michael, and me, I'm Meg. Good night, everyone, and never stop playing.
Clickety clack.
Later.